traveler here, walking through Peru right now, enjoying the sights. As you can see, the fog is finally lifting. I mean, we had like really heavy fog all day since we've been here and yesterday. I always like to share any tips that I get when something happens. And with this trip, one of the big things that happened right out the gate is one of my friends forgot their passport at home. So even though they had packed like 2 or 3 weeks early, which is custom for my travel group, he forgot his passport. So he had to actually drive back 30 minutes back home to go get his passport and then 30 minutes back. But he was able to make it because we had got to the airport early. So we were really, really lucky. I was able to check his bag in for him, but it's just one of those things that I always like to tell people is it's very, very important that you always prepare and make a checklist, whether it's a mental checklist if you have a great memory, or if it's you know, writing it down if you don't have a great memory, because things like your passport is pretty important. So you always want to make sure that you have that. So right now we're on an iconic bridge. How do you say it in Spanish?
Puente de los Suspiros.
And I think the translation is the bridge of sigh, like a sigh of relief. So essentially what you're supposed to do is you're actually supposed to hold your breath and walk across the bridge and make a wish. And if you can hold your breath and make it across, your wish will come true. And as you can see, people are trying to sell us stuff that we don't need. So, what's going on, guys? I am in Cusco, Peru right now. It is so beautiful. I'm in the middle of the Andes right now. It's getting a little chilly, so as you can see, I'm dressing for the occasion. And I'm surrounded by cathedrals and chapels. It's a ton of history here. One of the cool pieces of history is that here in Peru, the Spanish came here first when they came to the Americas, and that's the reason why you'll see some of the architecture looks a lot like Spain. It's really, really cool. I wanted to give you guys a couple more tips on some things that you can do to be prepared. And these are small things that sometimes people forget about and don't think about. Usually when I go to different countries that have extreme weather, or even cities, I tend to like to go on shoulder seasons. So like when you have the transition between winter and spring, and summer and fall. And the reason why is because it's usually a lot more bearable to deal with the weather conditions, and it's, you know, it makes it a lot more enjoyable, because you don't want to go somewhere and you're freezing unless you really want to go somewhere to snow or whatever. You know, you want to be somewhere where it's nice, right? Also, make sure that you make a checklist of things that you may need or want, so such as chapstick or something for your lips. Here in Cusco, it's not freezing, but it's cold, and it's cold enough for your lips to start chapping. So you want to make sure you have something to protect your lips. You also want to make sure that you bring a day bag. A day bag is super important because you don't want to have to lug around your luggage everywhere you go. And usually with hostels, like what we're doing, we're staying in the same hostel twice here. We're gonna go up to another city and then off to Machu Picchu, and then we're going to come back to the same hostel, and we're going to leave our luggage there while we're going up to Machu Picchu for about a day or two. And having that day bag allows us to be able to just bring the bare essentials that we need while we're making our trek, because you don't have to take all that stuff, and obviously it could make hiking through the mountains, you know, a little arduous.